Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Is it lagging? Do we have a horrible lag coming up here? Let me see what's going on here. How's this connection, ladies and gentlemen? Is it lagging? What's going on? Good to see you guys, man. Welcome in. Look at the 5 gifted, memberships by Team Deep Water Cultivating. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love out there, man. Thank you for those 5 gifted subs. Welcome, everybody, to Tea with P. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are warm, kicking it fly, because it's time, baby. It's time. It's Wednesday night, so that only means one thing. It's Tea with P, where the T is beer, the P is me, and boy, are we going to have ourselves a great chat. Got the chat right here in front of me, but before we get started, huge shout out to the band. Kicking it fly out there. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, huge shout out to Mrs. P too, man, doing her thing out there. She's always vibing. Miss Radiohead, Mrs. P, here. Good to see you guys, man. Welcome in. Please make yourselves comfortable. I'm going to have a seat because it's time. This is your one-stop shop for all things nudes, culture, science, health, you name it, we talk about it right here on Tea with P. Every single Wednesday, live, 9 p.m. Central. Come join us for a conversation, guys, because we are having fun. Doesn't matter what the conversation is, we are going to talk about it. And there is lots going on. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Dino Grow, what's up? Curly Green, what's up? Tent is in the house. East Coast Grower, how you doing? Juddy, what's up, my friend? Side Branches, hello. Cannabis Kev is here. Hello. Roger Allen, why, hello. Certified Old Guy. Certified. Good to see you. Insanity, hello. Spanish Dre, what's up? Dre Day today. Trent, how you doing, my friend? Great to see you as well. Reginald the Mechanic, hello. Sound is good. Good. Just the SF ad. I'll work on that. I'll figure out why it does that. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. It's always a pleasure. Hopefully you guys had an opportunity to tune in to AC Infinity After Dark. AC Infinity After Dark just wound up its 2-hour show, and they were celebrating 1 year, 1 whole year over on YouTube doing the Tea with P. So huge shout out to AC After Dark, all of our friends over there. Congratulations. They had a wonderful episode. They had great guests. It was a great time. They had giveaways, and boy, it was fun. So congratulations to AC Infinity After Dark. They had Deusa Farms on there. They had High Soda on there. They had Troy on there. It was a great episode. So congratulations to After Dark. Hopefully you guys had an opportunity to tune into that. And of course, shout out to all my friends, Joe and Dakota, Neil and Heaven. You guys are killing it over there. And Norma G, of course, running the things behind the scenes, and Sydney running things from ACI. Really appreciate the whole team, and it's blessings to be a part of it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I much appreciate it. A huge shout out to my patrons, guys. Thank you guys for being my patrons. If you head on over to patreon.com/pigeons420, you'll be able to get yourself hooked up with everything from behind the scenes content to this content to stuff you've never seen before. It's on both scenes as you requested. Oh, it's not? I put on 2 of them, did. I just didn't put it in a folder. Oh well. Huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. They'll come up here eventually. I appreciate you guys, man. And a lot of behind the scenes content. Stuff you won't see, and of course lots of plant content. We're training our plants all the time, so come and hang in and tune in over there. So yeah, good. Gosh, look at the party over here, man. Look at the party over here. Northern 420 Cultivator, good to see you, my friend. Insanity, hello. Trent, hello, good to see you too. Hello everybody, welcome in. Please make yourself comfortable. Thanks for the memberships. Yes, thank you for the memberships, guys. I much appreciate it. Also, guys, if you didn't know, streaming every single day over on Twitch, twitch.tv/pigeons420. If you guys are into gaming content, if you guys are into just chatting content, if you guys are just into shoot the shiz and just see what's going on, come on over to twitch.tv/pigeons420. Also, a huge shout out to our good friends over at Seedsman. If you guys are looking for some top tier genetics and you guys want to hit them up and you want to save a few dollars over on checkout, you could do that with Seedsman as well. Use promo code Pigeons for 20. Also, these episodes are always brought to you by the good folks over at Stash Blend. Hey, good folks over at Stash Blend for doing their thing. Thank you guys. For you guys that have supported us and Stash Blend, we appreciate you. If you go to stashblend.com, you can use promo code THESTASH. You'll save a few dollars and get yourself a premium plant additive. You add the base, we've got the rest, baby, with Stash Blend. So thank you guys for tuning in. What are you guys smoking on tonight, man? What are you guys smoking on? We got lots of craziness going on in the nudes. Want to know what you guys are smoking on. Also, we've got a conversation in regards to step 1 and the steps that follow. But step 1 is not buying the best genetics. And why is that? Well, we're going to fill you in on Planting with P a little bit later on in the show. Also, we've got a wonderful guest for you guys here tonight. It's Be Ya Dig will be joining us for a sit-down chat and a session at the beginning of the second hour. And I am stoked about that because as I consider him a friend, I am excited to sit down and have a wonderful conversation. So, without further ado, shall we have a hoot? Hey, what are you guys smoking on, man? White Rhino. White Rhino for the Northern 420 cultivator. White Truffle, which we call Gorilla Butter now because, believe me or not, we don't support that. Gary Satan, let's go, Cottonmouth. Actually, I should take my, whatever, I'll just put it right here. I like it when I can read it upside. I've also got a pack of bowl here, if you guys don't mind. We're going to have ourselves a great time, and we're going to have ourselves some fun. Certified old guy, I'm in the hospital. I wish I could smoke. Well, certified old guy, I wish you nothing but love, my friend. Hopefully you get well soon. Quick recovery for whatever reason you're in the hospital for. Hopefully you're in and you're out. Black Diamond for 416 Misfits. Papaya Julius for Top Don. Top Don, let's go. I'm smoking on some, what's that, bubblegum? I think is the one on the desk right there.
Yeah.
Bubblegum. Smoking on some bubblegum. And believe it or not, this bubblegum's got a little more funk than it does bubble. Like, it stanks, bro. It's like there's no bubblegum in that at all. So I wonder where the bubblegum name comes from. I remember back when the very first plant I ever grew was cotton candy. Now, it was not my first successful harvest. It was just the first plant that I ever grew. And it was one that I got from a friend of mine. And I grew it in a little dungeon in my basement. And I learned then that cotton candy isn't this sweet, tasting, just satisfying aroma that people refer to it as. Cotton candy refers to it being soft as cotton and sweet like candy. I was like, oh, okay. So nothing to do with cotton candy whatsoever, but yet takes the name cotton candy. So I just thought I'd mention that to you guys as well. So you never really know with the names. One thing that I want to talk about after I take this rip is, man, vape units today, man. I got hooked up from my friend, Troy, over from the 420 Vape Zone. He hooked me up with one of Vape Vana's, like, ruby, screwball, cordless, spaceship. I don't know what it is, man, but let me tell you. For about the last 2 weeks, I've been smoking out of that thing pretty religiously, and I can honestly say for the first time ever, vaporizers have me questioning how much longer I'm going to be hitting the bong for. I can literally count on probably one hand how many hoots from the bong I've had in like the last week or so, 2 weeks, because I've just been hitting it up with the vape. Just hit it up, just brrr, like it's freaking awesome, man. So I'm convinced, and not to mention something people don't talk to you about with vapes is that, bro, you don't have to clean your bong, man. The resin does not resin up your bong. I've got my bong over here that I've been using for weeks and weeks and weeks. I only changed the water out of. I haven't cleaned it. By the end of the night, this thing's going to be caked full of resin so bad that it's going to be nasty. I'm going to taste it on my lips. You don't get that with a vape. I did not realize that. That is one of the undervalued arguments of a vaporizer. Now, the biggest argument is that they suck, but that, in my opinion, now is changing based on these ballless vapes or whatever they are. I'll show it to you in a bit here, but fucking awesome, guys. Pretty damn awesome. And you don't have to clean your bong, man. The vapor doesn't resin up the chamber in the bong or your pipe like combustibles do. So I'm switched, man. I'm switched. I'm high. I'm high on the vapes, guys. Telling you right now. I don't know what it is. It's the next best thing. Cheers. Yeah, I don't know what a steamroller is. I don't know what a steamroller is, double A. But this thing is like this little thing that you just put over top of your it's kind of like an e-nail, but you just put it over the bowl, and then it, using the hot rubies, does a little bit of magic, and you're high. I don't even know how to explain it. Yeah. Yeah. High. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Came in, sat down, played with magic, I got high. So yeah, there's a thing. Long live the bong. Yes, yeah. And I'm telling you, if you've been here around a while, and if you've been here long enough, you will know that I am a bong guy. You're staring at two of them right there. That's just two. I've got another two over there. I've got the volcano right there. I got one there, one here. I got one right here. Like, I'm a bong guy. I've probably broken more bongs than most people have even owned ever. So yeah, I'm a bong guy, man. But after using the vaporizer, I am solely convinced that there is a future for these, and that's precisely what I'm going to be using come the future. Oh, yeah. Wanted to share something with you guys. This weekend, yes, this weekend was a blast. Mrs. P and I went to the bar. Yeah, we did. We went to the bar. Oh, the steamroller's that old thing. I know what you're talking about. We went to the bar, ladies and gentlemen, and we went to the club. Yep. We're club hoppers. And guess what? We went and saw D12. Went and saw D12. And Obi Trice. And huge shout out to Tapper and Robbie G. And what was the other? Nappy 204. And what was the other group of dudes? They had crazy. That wasn't their name. That wasn't their name. So I'm not going to say it because I'll just be called a bad name. So no, they had crazy something written on the back of their biker vests. I can't say that word. Well, I can, but I'm not going to say it on this platform. So you can follow me on twitch.tv/pigeons420 where I'm uncensored. Yeah, it was a rip. I just read that rip shroomy. It was a wicked concert. Man, it was nice to get down. I was like definitely the hypest guy there. It was wicked. I'm telling you. One of the artists shared a video on his Instagram, and who's the craziest white dude in the crowd just jamming like wildfire? Bro, it was me. It was me. I'm just like, ma, yeah. Everybody around me's like, this is cool. This is cool. Me, I'm just like, whoa, just jumping up and down. Yeah. I'm just doing a little bit of crip walking, and I'm just doing my thing. I was having the time of my life. I didn't care. And man, it was so much fun. So much fun.
That was like the calmest part of the night.
That was the calmest part of the night. Yeah, it was wild. Lots of fun. Obi Trice, real cool dude. Got pictures with him, with me, myself, or Mrs. P, him, and myself. And it was really good. It was nice to get out again. I hadn't been to the club, if you will. I have to say it like that because I'm old. In probably 15 years. You know, maybe 12, 13 years. But I haven't been to the club since my son was born, and he's going to be 13 this month. So it's been at least 13 years that I've been in the club. And guess what? I loved every minute of it. Oh,
my knees felt it.
I danced so hard. Mrs. P's knees felt it. Oh, I danced like there was just, oh man, like I had rent to pay. It was wicked, man. It was so much fun. So much fun. If you definitely want to go out somewhere and you don't want to be the center of attention, don't go with me. Because like if there's music and there's alcohol and there's friends and a good time, it's going to be had. All of it.
I told totally want to pull
off
up,
the hook.
I want to pull up that video.
I want to pull up the video. Oh, the one of Nappy?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. It's going to be loud, though. Remember that? Just turn it down just slightly. But, yeah. No, show them the video. Pull up the video of... yeah, why not? It's embarrassing enough. So why not we show my...
It's not embarrassing.
No, it's not. Let the people judge themselves, huh?
It's you on, like,
Uh,
on a high.
it's me on a high, is what she says. Yeah, it's me on a high. So I think that'd be the news one, right? Or no?
I can... No, it's blank.
Oh, what do we do?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
No, and that's not it.
And that one's blank, too.
All right. So we're not going to show it.
Well, we're definitely going to need that full guest one, aren't we?
We are.
So if you go to the one that's working, I think that's the... It wasn't the news. I thought we got one of them working.
We had both of them working, but then I restarted the computer.
Huh. Live television. Imagine that. I'm just trying to think of the fastest way to do this possible. You don't have that scene at all, which also means when It's Bees here, we won't have him either, right?
No.
So, go to full, okay. I want it to be fast, but there's going to be a moment of black screen. So you're going to have to add the source, go to full screen, then you have to add the source, and the add the source is a video.
Can you walk me through that?
Yeah, ready? Ready, chat? Here we go. Full guest. Add source. At the top left. Up.
I want to turn off the screen.
Oh, you don't have to turn it off. There you go. Yep.
Add source.
And then up, middle. Yep. Enter.
Add.
And then one of the sources, it'll already be one of those ones, probably at the bottom. No. Okay, don't worry about it. Go to flip new at the bottom. Flip the little gray thing.
Yeah.
Yep. And then add new source.
Okay.
And then it's gonna be as she panics.
Anything other than that.
It's gonna be the razor.
That's what I'm on.
Oh fuck. Okay, don't worry about it. Go back to to full face. To me.
It's not. Okay. Close.
Oh well. Yep. Go to me. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pretend like I'm not panicking on the inside. Because I'm gonna just unplug that capture card.
This one?
Yeah, not the HDMI, but the other one.
The little one?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for bearing in with us, guys. We play on Peekaboo. Yeah, and the least flattering camera of them all. Yeah.
With me?
Yeah.
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 Hi, guys.
And then and then you plug it back in, and then now if you do the same thing again, if you
Add source.
add source, but give it a second because it's going to take a second, and it's going to automatically flip to that same camera again. I don't know why that's the automatic camera, or you could just put your finger on top of it and save yourself the awkward flex. Yep. See, now it captured it. I can see on the bottom screen that it says you're now doing the thing.
Yeah, but it's all jacked up on
What's all jacked up?
the image on YouTube.
What image?
You're all fuzzy.
Oh, that's probably because you've connected another source, so the quality of that screen is dipped to 360 because you've got another thing going.
Okay.
The joys of running it. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Now you can do the same thing.
Okay. Back to full guest. Add source. Video.
It's gonna do the same thing it did last time.
Add.
It should be one of those. It should say PC. It should work. Up, that one. Fuck. Is it? And yeah, click it.
Add source.
Yeah. And then it should be.
Razor. There we go.
Yay! There, now quick, before they see my Pornhub account, zoom that out a little bit so they
There's
can't.
the video.
So they can't. There you go.
Can you see him?
Yeah, it's screaming at him though, because this is loud as fuck.
I have it muted.
Oh, okay. Is it? Can you point me out in the crowd, guys? Can you point me out in the crowd? I wasn't on any drugs. I don't know if they can hear me right now, but I wasn't on any drugs at all. And Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Or at least that's a guy that looks kind of like me. Yeah,
Okay, so I
up close.
think.
And then when B comes,
Okay, no, hang on. My news scene is not working.
no. Whatever, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I'll just run the article off my... They don't need to see the article. Uh,
We're good. We good.
so yeah.
Okay, but now my quality is no good. Is that just me or is
That's
that
just you.
Okay.
Yeah, because my quality over here is fantastic.
Okay.
Muted. I am muted, though. They can't hear me. No, yes, they can. Yes, they can. It's Stalker. Or at least my audio says it's working. How's it going? It looks like it's good. I'm going to run it like it's working.
It all looks good here.
Good.
I'm not taking all
So yeah, so needless to say, other than a little bit of alcohol that I might have had before I went to,
We had a lot of alcohol.
we had a lot of alcohol before we went to the show. We were just blazing. A whole lot of weed. I smoked so much weed. Shout out to Toba Grown. I went to the dispensary near the hotel, and it was a nice experience. It was Flamingo Weed. It was called, and it was really nice. The people were very helpful, and I was looking for either Cypress Craft, Toba Grown, or Highway 63, I think, or Highway 68. I don't even remember the other one. Highway. It's a Highway something.
Highway 59?
Highway 59. That might be it. I think that's the one. Anyways, I knew I was looking for the two for sure, and I found Toba Grown right away. So shout out to Jesse. I found his weed, and I had already smoked his weed before, so I knew it was going to be good. So I purchased some of his. And guys, I almost got kicked out of the concert.
I was going to say, do I have that video?
You do have that video. Yeah.
On my phone.
I posted it on my Instagram.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I totally posted it on my Instagram.
Okay, we're going to play that.
I was blazing in the D12 concert, and D12 was, I don't know if it was Conniva or if it was Swifty. I think it was Swifty. Conniva.
Conniva.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know who was yelling, but and not because I don't know I can't tell them apart, but because I can't remember who it was. But it was. He's like, yo, if you've got your drinks right now, put them up. And if you're smoking something right now, smoke it. I was like, fucking rights, that's my cue. That's my cue. And so, my sneakers. And I was like, I'm smoking. So I ripped out a joint and I started smoking a joint. All of a sudden the bouncer comes up behind me and he puts his hand on me and he's like, put that out right now. Put that out right now. Yeah.
Oh, it was Swifty.
And so yeah, it was so awesome, man. It was so awesome. Blazing in a D12 concert, and I almost got kicked out. And the nice thing was, I said right before we walked, I said going in, I said if I get kicked out of a D12 concert for smoking weed, fucking cross that shit off my bucket list. I was like, who cares? But thankfully, I waited till the end of the night, relatively close to the end of the night, even though we had a meet and greet.
Double A says he said. That's exactly what you told the bouncer.
He said. That's exactly what I said to the bouncer. That's right, Double A. He said, and you know what his response was? He grabs me by the shoulder. I was like, what? He's like, put that out right now. I was like, but he said. And then he's like, yeah, but he doesn't work here. I was like, how much did you pay him to come here? And so so what did I do? I handed it to him. I was like, and he looked at me. He's like, so I was like, so I took one more, and earlier on I had dropped a drink, because for anyone who's ever been to a club before, as I explained over on Twitch, when I get to the club, when you get to the club and you're drinking on the dance floor, what do you do when you get an empty drink? Empty glass, or it's not glass, it's just a plastic cup. You let it go. You just drop it. You let it go, and it becomes a part of the dance floor, a part of the evening. That cup will be there with you or without you all night. And so the cup was right there. I dropped it into the cup, and I started dancing. And all of a sudden, like 30 seconds later, he puts his hand back on my shoulder. He's like, if you do that again, I'm going to kick you out. I was like, I put it out. So whatever. And then the rest of the night, I just had a joint in my lips, and
Not lit.
and it was not lit. And the security guard was just watching me, hawk eyes the whole time.
Waiting for you to light it.
He was waiting for me to light it. But it was a really good time. I had a great time, actually. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad we had the opportunity to do that, because I'll probably never do that again. You know, we do concerts quite often, though.
We do, but not like that.
But not like that. No, normally it's like, 3 Days Grace? Yeah.
Or like Rock in the Fields.
Yeah, where it's like open area, and
3 day long.
you're camping,
Yeah.
doing like a festival kind of thing.
You're not in the pit.
But yeah, so much fun. So yeah, huge shout out to everybody that was doing that. However, my friends, let's dive into the nudes. You guys ready? Because there's a little bit to talk about, and I think you want to hear it. Canna News. All things culture, science, and health. Your one-stop shop for all things Canna News. All right, guys. So, these ones are interesting. Another reason why we're growing our own. If you guys are just tuning in and you're just getting used, or just getting comfortable, I like to talk about everything here, whether it comes to what's growing on in my garden, the nudes, the culture, the science, the health, the community as a whole. This is the place where I like to do it. If you guys want to follow me with anything that I got growing on, you can follow me over on X. You can follow me at Pigeons420. That's where I pretty much post or find a lot of my nudes, or I just get to see what's going on. With that being said, High Times is reporting a drug mixture called Kush in Sierra Leone sometimes contains ground up human bones. I'm not joking. In Freetown, Sierra Leone, a cheap smoking mix that causes a powerful high. No kidding. Made up of cannabis, fentanyl, tramadol, formaldehyde, and reportedly, in some cases, ground up human bones, is sweeping the city and nation as a whole. It's less a new drug, and it's rather more of cocktail of Lord knows what. Wow, human bones, man. Locals roll the ground up blends of drugs into joints and share them with friends for a long-lasting high. My good Lord. I don't know which one of those variables scares me the most, because they're all kind of sketchy and unknown. But yeah, if you're in Sierra Leone, just be very, very careful. Unlike they continue here, unlike the landrace strain from Afghanistan and the Hindu Kush mountain range, Kush in Sierra Leone means a constantly changing mix of drugs in a smoking mixture that probably contains potentially physically harmful ingredients, namely various opioids and human bones. Wow. You could literally go out. Oh, yeah, well, you could literally go out, ask someone for a little Kush, and then die in Sierra Leone, and I'm sure other places too. So, just grow your own. There is no B or C on this one. Just grow your own, and don't travel to places where you have to buy from just sketchy outlets. That's a no for me, dog.
Hazy Susan Scott, are we smoking Grandpa tonight?
We're smoking Grandpa tonight. Jeez. Wow. Oh, man. Okay. Well, this isn't... If you thought that was bad, this isn't going to get any better. Animal tranquilizer found in cannabis vapes and illicit sedatives in the UK. Now, this is coming out of The Guardian. Now, The Guardian, if I'm not mistaken, is an English publication, and England or the UK, Great Britain, all the same place but with different names, don't ask me why, have a bad representation of representing cannabis. And this one I take with a bit of grain of salt, because I don't know how much is propaganda and how much is legitimate. People buying cannabis vapes and illicit sedatives and illicit sedatives. I just love how they're just joined together here. People buying cannabis vapes and illicit sedatives to treat pain, anxiety, and insomnia risk unknowingly consuming a powerful animal tranquilizer that can cause skin ulcers and overdoses. Xylazine has been prevalent in the U.S. for several years, where it is commonly found mixed with strong opioids such as heroin and fentanyl, and has caused thousands of deaths. Research from King's College London has found that its presence has been steadily growing in the UK, causing multiple deaths since 2022, when the first fatality was identified. Unlike in the United States, in the UK, xylazine has been found in counterfeit prescription drugs such as codeine, alprazolam, or Xanax, and diazepam, Valium, and vapes containing THC. Dr. Copeland, senior author of the study, said this is cause for such alarm. No, this is cause for alarm as much wider population of people who use drugs beyond heroin users will be exposed to its harms. So again, folks, just be careful with what you're getting your hands on. Grow your own, so this way you don't have to worry about, well, just getting your hands on something that is not what you intended to get your hands on. It's very scary out there. I'm very thankful that I grew up in a time where when you did drugs, they didn't kill you. You could experiment, you could, just, I'm not going to say have fun. I got age restricted for, last month, and I'm assuming it's because of my discussion of drugs. Some people didn't particularly enjoy that I didn't, preface that drugs are bad. Obviously, drugs are bad. And just the problem is that today everything is so mixed and everything is just so unknown, and people are trying to make money in ways that I don't know. I feel like that they weren't doing before. So you really don't know. You really don't know what's in there. And if you are struggling with any kind of drug addiction and you need to get help, make sure you seek professional help. I assure you, the brighter side is much more enjoyable. We covered a story last year in regards to drones being used. Actually, was that this year? It might even have been this year. We covered a story about drones being used to deliver drugs into prison. Yeah, wicked. I mean, bad, but genius almost. Well, drone drug delivery prison operation in Georgia leads to 150 arrests of inmates, dirty correctional officers. High Times is reporting. Prison walls do little when drones can easily deliver drugs and other contraband to prisoners. And the tactic appears at prisons all across the country. Georgia Governor Brian P. Kemp announced last week that 150 individuals were arrested in a drone drug delivery operation that served inmates in Georgia correctional facilities as law enforcement confiscated 67 pounds of pot and various other drugs. Operation Skyhawk, that's clever, was a joint investigation effort between the Georgia Department of Corrections and the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Safe Street Gang Task Force. 8 dirty GDC correctional officers who allegedly took part in the operation were also arrested and immediately terminated from their position. NBC reports that items that have been confiscated thus far during the operation include a full range of illegal drugs with a total combined street value of over $7 million. Now you know that is highly inflated. So even if it's $1 million, that's pretty interesting. This includes 87 drones confiscated, 22 weapons, 273 phones, which are banned in prison. Like, that's obvious. 180 civilian cell phones, 185 pounds of tobacco, 67 pounds of pot, 12 pounds of meth, 51 pounds of ecstasy, wow, 10 grams of cocaine, and 90 various pills. Wow, including Wonka bars branded with products and so on and so forth. That's wicked. I just busted. If this was just about them getting busted for weed, I would think that maybe they need to have like an in-prison dispensary I think that would only be fair. They can use their couple cents a year to work towards getting some decent herb. Who's with me? Dispensaries in the prisons. I'm not paying for it though. I ain't paying for it. Someone can make money off that.
I can't imagine being on ecstasy in prison.
I couldn't imagine being on Mrs. P said she couldn't. Yeah, but
Like, why would that be fun for anyone?
yeah, but prison isn't fun. But prison on drugs could be just a little more fun. I'm just assuming. I read it on the internet.
I assume that would be.
New Zealand. Here's one for you guys. Growing never gets old, or the old get growing. 75-year-old man in New Zealand arrested for growing 250 weed plants. 250 weed plants. The Central District Organized Crime Unit, which worked with the Royal New Zealand Air Force, received a warrant to investigate an isolated part of the Whanganui River, according to the Whanganui Chronicle. The owner of the property had previously submitted an application to grow hemp in that region. The investigation is part of an ongoing project called Operation Emerald, that includes law enforcement targeting illegal large-scale cultivations of drugs in New Zealand. This particular location required traversing an isolated area near the small town of Reitihi and Wangarahu. I forgot how I said it the first time. But not destination where vehicles can be driven. Crazy. So police found 250 plants growing in tunnel houses or greenhouses alongside sheds containing dried product as well. Although reports do not specify if it was only dried flower or an assortment of dried plant material. So 75-year-old. The reason I was telling you about this is because it's crazy how much that they actually haul off this guy. But 250 plants. That's the real story. That's an incredible operation, and I think it's remarkable that this one guy, maybe it wasn't just one guy, was operating 250 plants. I hope it says that it's just weed, man. I hope this guy gets out of trouble. It's unfortunate. Operation Emerald, which says also acted on search warrants in other places, are lumping in that they've also confiscated methamphetamines and stolen vehicles, motorbikes, yada yada yada. But it's like, and loaded firearms. But this 75-year-old man was arrested for weed. That's it. 250 plants. The question is, could you grow 250 plants? Me? No. I've got 7. Tap me out, man. Like, I'm good. 7 is good for me, man. 7 is good for me. That's wild. Nope. I couldn't do it. But could you grow 250 plants? I want to hear from you. That's the nudes. With anything when it comes to the nudes, feel free to let me know, guys. I'm over on Twitter. I'm on X, at Pigeons420. If there's a story or there's something that's just eating at you and you want to talk about it, I want to talk about it too. So you can at me at those stories, and I would love to include them in the show. And I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit for sharing the story if you so desire. I'd love to do that. You guys can be co-producers. Mrs. P's producer, you could be the co-producer of the show. Speaking of co-producers of the shows, From the Stash, which is one of my favorite podcasts of all time, probably top 2 podcasts ever. They had a co-producer by the name of It's Be You Dig, and he's going to be joining us in just a few minutes for our sit-down and conversation that I am stoked to have with him. And he was, in a small way, a co-producer of From the Stash with his efforts that he was putting in. So we're going to be talking about that and so much more. But before we do, I want to dive into something. I titled this stream this for a reason. I want to dive into it because I think there's a legitimate conversation to be had here for today's Planting with P. So without further ado, I would like to jump into Planting with P. Let's go. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about step one is not buying the best genetics. How is that possible? I want to explain because you're probably thinking, P, it's all clickbait, baby. You figured out how to play the game and you're just clickbaiting me, so I'll click this video. No. I like to give you value, as always. I will never just entice you with just such a pretty looking face and an enticing title. I would like to tell you that there's more to getting the best genetics when it comes to addressing the proper steps to starting a good grow. If you guys were tuned in to From the Stash this week, we had a wicked episode where we sat down and we talked about, the different things that the latest and greatest within the industry. It was a wonderful episode. And my boy, Mr. ROB CLTV, made a fantastic point. And because I ride their coattails, I wanted to repeat and add just a little bit to what he said in regards to, well, I'll let you take a listen.
But in most cases, it's like refine your process first and dial that genetic in and learn how to treat that properly before you're going to go and chase this magical, better cultivar, because oftentimes they don't have the experience quite yet to be able to even give you the best characteristics out of those cultivars. So it's like go back and work first on what you have. Grass is not always greener on the other side. And sometimes you'll go get those new ones and be like, man, what I had was way better. Should have just left these, I've had a lot of dank ones that I let go thinking that what was hype and hot was the next one to get. And it just was for some people, but for me, I was like, I don't want this strawberry margarita like ass nasty. Like, it ain't me, but that's the issue when you're chasing the next hot thing. It goes with equipment too. I think it goes same thing with equipment. What's the next hot thing? What's AC gonna drop? What's Vivo gonna drop? What's Spider Farmer? Like, relax, give it some time, because it's gonna sell out immediately, and then you're gonna be pissed off in the chat, being like, "Well, I waited this long for then it's gone." It's like you and a million other people, man. Like, slow down, give it some time. Chasing the hottest, newest technology, hottest, newest genetic, slow down. This is a long-term process. Growing is a long-term thing. It takes you 3 months minimum to really get the results you're looking for. Slow down.
Hottest, newest lighting. That's what we're going to talk about next. I mean, geez.
So, in my opinion, Rob made some very valid points there. And he's 100% right. And this is something that I feel like a lot of us are guilty of when it comes to getting started. And whether or not you're getting started in a brand new grow for the very first time, or you're getting started in a grow for the next season, I think you can apply the very same sentiments that Rob mentioned here. And what I wanted to add to was, what would my steps be if I was going to get started either for a new season, which I've got a harvest coming up right away, or if I was getting started brand new. If I was getting started brand new, step one would not be worrying about genetics. As Rob said, I don't care what the new is. I don't care about what's hot. I don't care what won the High Times Cup. I don't care. You shouldn't care. You need to be focused on things that are far more important at the very beginning of your grow. First of all, I have to state it. Are you in a legal state? Are you able to grow? Are you able to grow 4 plants? Are you able to grow 10 plants? 15 plants? Do they have to be such a age before they're classified as a plant? Do they have to be in flowering? Do they need to be in veg? These are important things to consider before you get started. In my opinion, number 2 is your environment. It's the space. I'm not talking airflow. I mean the space. Where are you going to grow? Because you can grow these plants next to a window, but you've also got to keep them watered. You've also got to make sure you keep them clean. When they start to flower, you don't want hair and everything, and maybe the dogs or the kids getting their fingers on them. You want to make sure that you've got them in an environment that's going to promote good quality growth. So I prefer a tent myself. I came a long way from growing in open spaces, but whether you're growing in a tent or whether you're growing in a big open area, you need to make sure that that's going to support the entire cycle of growth. The seedling stage, the veg stage, the flower stage, the harvest stage, the dry stage, and the cure stage. These are all spaces that are going to be needed as you progress through the grow. Next, in my opinion, is you need to determine your medium. Are you going to go hydroponic? Are you going to grow in clay pot in clay and cocoa coir? Are you going to grow in a soilless medium, such as myself? Are you going to go organic? These are very important questions. Are you privy at using pumps and PVC? Are you good with your hands and getting technical? Well, maybe an ebb and flow system, hydroponics is for you. For me, it wasn't. I'm not smart in that direction. I just want to put seed to dirt and watch it grow. So that means that I went with a soilless medium. That means my nutrients. That just came next. What am I going to use? I'm going to use bottled nutrients. If I go organic, if I go hydroponic, I'm also going to need nutrients. If I go organic, well, what kind of soil are you going to mix? What are you gonna? Are you gonna mix it for? Is it gonna be a super soil? Are you just gonna buy a pre-amended blend? These are questions that you need to ask. Reminding yourself that genetics isn't, in my opinion, number one, because genetics are way overpriced. In my opinion, well over 80% of genetics are just skyrocketing in price, mainly because of hype. And some of the hype is worth it, some of the hype is not, in my opinion. I'm a firm believer in the $10 a bean. That's kind of where I draw the line in terms of acceptability. Would I pay more than $10 a bean? Yes. Yeah, there are examples of where I would pay $10 a bean. Mr. Grow It's Chill Out OG? Yes, I would pay more for that because I know the guy, I followed his story, so on and so forth. But the price of beans are high. Don't blow your money on genetics if you haven't got a system that's going to support good quality genetics, because in the end, you're going to waste your money. And I think saving money while we learn this wonderful adventure that is growing your own herb is a valuable lesson to learn, because there are plenty of things to spend your money on as you progress through gardening. And I don't think it should be blown at the beginning to genetics. Are there great genetics out there to chase? 100% there is. Yes. And is there more? Are there examples where you might pay more than 10? Yes. Yes. But those are the exception to the rule. Remember that. And as an old heady, not an old Eddie, but as someone who really appreciates older genetics, you can get just as much fire out of a Northern Lights or a Haze as you can out of a permanent marker or a Runts. That's what I'm trying to say. You can get greatness no matter where you're looking, and I think you should take advantage of that. Build a system that supports great genetics. That was my conversation, but I want to hear from you. What do you think when it comes to your steps 1, 2, 3 in the garden? What would you choose? What would you choose? Okay? My friends? I want to hear from you guys. We are going to have a conversation with a good friend of mine. It's B. You dig, for another wonderful sit down with T with P, and I cannot wait. If you guys have any questions for me or for B, make sure you think about them now, because we are jumping into it. Let's get into today's chat.
Come on and lift your glass. You've won your own free pass to be our guest. If you're stressed, it's fine dining we suggest. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
There we go. What's up, guys? Oh, what's going on, big guy? How you doing?
What up? Well, another beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is a gorgeous day in the neighborhood. Mrs. P's going to get this set up. I'm going to get this set up. You look good over there, man. Setup looks ballin', bro.
Appreciate you. It's came a long way.
Yeah, it has, man. I know that feeling. My phone. Oh. It's picking up my phone. I don't want my phone. I want B. Here we go.
And I can't get it to turn on my phone.
There you go.
There we go. We got this.
There we go. There, buddy. This will kick in right away in my ear, but here's hoping. It used to work so smooth, and then
I don't know what happened.
it didn't, and then it didn't work so smooth. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Technology. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Ah, man, absolute pleasure, brother. Absolute pleasure. This is not the first time we sat down and had a conversation, both in person and virtually.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, first time. I think the first time we sat down and had a conversation together was it
Green Street.
Yeah. Well, was it your show? You had a show.
Was I streaming then? I don't think I was streaming then.
Were you? Were you not during the show?
Yeah, I don't think I was streaming back then.
Oh God, it's been that
Yeah,
long.
that was a long time ago.
So, yeah, it's been years, bro. It's literally been years. And then the first time we met in person was in LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And that was
Good
a great
times,
time.
man.
That was a great time. We tore it up, man. We tore it up.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Bro, I have to say, first of all, I want to say thank you, because the reason that if I may, we came so tight was the work that you were helping to put in on From the Stash, man. You were going out of your way to help us book guests for our show, and you are responsible for helping us book some of our biggest guests on From the Stash.
We had some good ones, yo. There were some good ones.
There was great ones, man. We got Cheech and Chong. You helped us with Cheech and Chong, or not Cheech and Chong, but Chong. Also
Chong.
Jay
Yeah.
Chandrasekhar.
Jay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a wicked one, man.
We got, allegedly, I still got Smalls from the Sandlot in my back pocket.
Allegedly. What are you smoking on, man? What you smoking on?
Oh, this is a Black Eye Punch by A Game Genetics with I recently got a trim bin. I don't know if you have one of those, but if you don't, I'm telling you, that thing is a game changer. The amount of keef that I collect with that. Oh my God.
Oh man, I don't have a trim bin, but I do have like a trim bowl, and it kind of collects a little bit of keef.
Oh yeah, I got the trim bowl. That thing is fantastic.
What's the difference?
Yo, shout out to AC Infinity for that one.
Hell yeah, ECI. What's the difference between a trim bowl and a trim bin?
So the trim bowls, it's the AC Infinity. You got one. You put the bud in the top, spin the little thing, and then it trims the bud for you.
Yep.
Literally saved me fucking hours of trimming. But then you got the trim bin, and the trim bin is that little fancy one. It's like a bucket, and it's got a mesh screen for all the trichomes to fall through. Bro, so I'll send it through the bowl trimmer, and then I'll drop it into the trim bin and sift it through the trim bin. It's just basically like sifting.
Oh, it's pretty much a sifter. So essentially, you're collecting the trichomes. You keep the keef.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gotta be straight with you.
Yeah.
I always thought the trim bin was like a trimming thing, like it helps you trim.
Oh yeah, no. By all means, you can just use it as like your trimming bin, or like me. It takes hours to trim. I haven't hand trimmed in years.
Yeah,
Since I got this trim bin, that's all I use.
Yeah, I feel, bro. I felt the same thing. I'm the exact same way. I was anti trim bowl until I got the trim bowl. And then I was like, yeah, no, this thing's awesome. Saves me so much time.
Yeah. I literally feel like I got so much time back, spend with the family, or fucking, just I feel like I got so much more time on my hands. So it's crazy.
Bro, I feel you sound like you just got back from like a crazy adventure. You're like, now it's like I'm back. I got so much time on my hands. It was wild out there, guys. You wouldn't believe it. No, but it's true.
Well, so my first harvest, right? My very first harvest that I took from seed to jar, right? It was these little Christmas trees. They were like, about that big. But I was juiced because they were purple, orange, and all that, right? But that alone, that one successful grow, gave me the confidence to grow bigger the next grow. Unfortunately, I took it a little bit too far. I dropped 32 beans, and 22 ended up being female. and I was growing outdoor, right, in a city that
Ain't so
I
friendly.
think you could have like 6 plants, right? And I had a whole bunch of nosy neighbors and shit, so
Yeah.
paranoia.
Yeah, I've totally been there, man. I know exactly what you mean. I remember the day when I realized that I could only grow max 10 plants, like at max 10 plants. I did the same thing. I went from doing 2 to 3, 1, 2, 3 to 15, and they like almost damn near all of them died, except for the 2 that you end
Oh,
up
shit.
spending all your attention on. So yeah, I learned
Yeah.
valuable lessons. Your garden's come a long way, bro. You've
A
got
long way.
Yeah, bro. You've got a nice people don't even know this, but it's actually just off to your left there, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly.
Oh shit, we've expanded.
Oh, it's bigger than
we're off
that
to the
now?
left.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're all the way up against the wall. We got a tent over there now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro, we
Yeah,
expanded.
I knew you would. You had a nice little covert thing going there, right there, and man, your plants, like night and day between then and now, man. And that's kind of a testament to just what good space, good airflow, good time, good effort will really do to make these plants grow.
Yeah, no lie, bro. I thought I had it dialed in. So those of you that don't know, I do a lot of DIY shit, right? My pockets are real tight, right? I don't like to give up any of my money. Right? So I do a lot of I'll build my shit. I'm real hands-on with my garden, right? And I built this like 2-tier garden system, and I thought I had it dialed in, but one summer came around and I couldn't get the temperatures in the box down to, in either of the chambers below 102. So it was like, all right, well, I gotta do something, right? And I had a long talk with the homie Green Goblin, and we were doing a show called Organic Wednesdays, and he like on the sneak tip, he kind of like, AB, you don't have enough airflow in there. I said, no, what do you mean? Oh yeah, sure shit. I took out the top layer and I just made it one big ass chamber. Haven't had a problem since.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Green Goblin, brother. That man knows his things, man. That man knows his things. Yeah, shout out to Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That's a homie. I haven't talked to him in a really long time, but not only is he just the shit and such a really cool dude, down to earth, but man, incredible gardener, remarkable gardener at the things that he can pull off, and he does it all organic. And he's one of those dudes that like. In my world, I would not be able to relate to him because he's so deep into things and does things so well and so organic that I'm so lost. I have no idea. He starts talking and I'm lost. But it's like if I ever needed any information, bro, that's where I'm going because I know he's got it and I know he's right. So yeah, I got no problem with that.
He's done the information. He's got the know-how. Goblin's the one who got me. I was doing a lot of synthetic growing, and doing the Organic Wednesdays. I kind of flipped over and started doing organic. Made my own soil. Had a worm farm going. Had it all. And I killed off the worm farm. I divvied it up between the 4 sit boxes that I made. But I mean, shoot, I don't have no need for a worm farm anymore. They're populated I think they're like 25-gallon bins full of soil.
Yeah. I can't stand worms, man. I tried to do well. It's not that I can't stand. I tried to do the worm thing, but being in northern Canada, like central Canada, it's really tough to keep the worms in the wintertime. And so you have to do it in your house, and it's just very, very tough to keep that sanitary and contained. Do you still do worms? You're doing worms right now, or you said you're done? They've.
Oh yeah. No. So I'm still doing worms. Instead of having a worm farm, like I had a 2-tier worm farm. They were like, I don't know, 7-gallon buckets or 7-gallon containers, and it was, I had put in some of my own custom-made soil that I, recipe'd up, and then we went ahead and I started one worm farm, and then I ended up splitting it up, and I ended up making 2 of them. You know, one per container that I was going for, and I got. I don't know. I kind of got tired of fucking just keeping up with the worms. So, but all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just divvy up the worms between the 4 sit boxes that I got. They're still alive. They're just, you know, populating the worm box now.
Do you keep them outside?
No, they were inside. And it's crazy. Like if the worm box gets too populated, like if their population gets too big in there, or they don't like the conditions, they'll try to leave. Right. So there'd be mornings where I'd come out here into the office, right? Because it was like 10 feet away from me. And I have, you know, a couple worms on the ground that tried to escape and shit. Oh, well, sorry guys.
Sorry, guys, you done for. What does the wife
stayed, man?
What does the wife think about you having worms in the house?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was gonna hate it, but she loves it. No, she loves it. The only reason why is because now I don't have to buy fucking nutrients. I don't have to, you know, constantly go out and buy bottled nutrients. And you know, that first investment into organics, that was the hard part, right? And then figuring out the recipe, that was the second hard part. And then getting everything to grow just kind of flowed after that. Well, now I'm buying, you know, I don't know, fucking 20-pound bags of dry nutrients that I top dress the bins with, and you know the plants are happy with it.
Okay, that's pretty awesome, actually. Okay.
Keep it simple.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that that's what you had been doing, and that's probably the secret. Is you think that's what's really changed the game between that and Stash Blend, of course?
No, I think it was really the Stash Blend. I'm not gonna lie. No.
Yeah, I was just saying.
No, I definitely, you know, ever since I started using Stash Blend, you know, it's been, you know, I have noticed a real difference in the garden. But that's only one of the factors, right?
Totally. Yeah.
When I was growing synthetic, you know, I thought I had it dialed in, but I'm looking at everybody else's plants and I'm like, yo, there's something fucking missing. You know, I don't have something dialed in. So, you know, I started like really looking into organics, and, you know, I started looking into a lot of people that were growing organic, and, you know, a lot of the things, one of the main things that I heard when learning about organics was KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Oh shit. All right. Well, keep it simple. I like simple, you know. I could do simple. Simple is cheap, you know.
Yes.
And it's worked. It's worked for me.
Smart, bro. Keep it. Like, honestly, I feel like to this day, I am still, like that. The KISS method is like what dominates my garden, because I don't want to know all the extras. I don't want to know the extras. I don't want to know how the plant grows. I don't want to know why it grows. I don't want to know what all the parts of it are called. I don't want to know what all the parts do. I just want to smoke some dank ass weed, man. And I feel like keeping it simple is kind of that method, and it doesn't hurt, because it allows you to explore while still getting some pretty dank herb. And there's just a different level of who's going to compete or who wants to play the game. And there's some people that want to dive into it head first and get to know the plant in and out. Personally, I don't, man. I don't want to know this plant. I just want to grow good weed. That's it.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to keep it simple, particularly when you're on a budget, man.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm sure you know firsthand that this can get expensive fast. I was just talking about how genetics cost, you know, a ridiculous amount of money, and if you spend your money blow your load at the beginning, well then, you know, get yourself a quantum board light for $100, or less than $100 in many cases. Get yourself a tent for less than $100, and go from there. You know, I think it's a good idea to have quality food, quality nutrients. Although, in my humble opinion, when it comes to bottled nutrients, I think in most nutrients are nutrients, man. It's nutrients and water in a bottle, bro. Like I understand.
Yeah, the plants don't care what labels on it.
They don't care at all. They don't care at all. People grew with Miracle Grow until the 90s, mid 90s. So Miracle Grow was just grown to grow tomatoes, right? Or just engineered to grow tomatoes. So yeah, it just have fun. Don't make it complicated if you don't want to. And then and I think you enjoy it so much more. And that's what I see from you, is that you're enjoying it so much more.
Oh yeah, there was a point where all right, so me, I'm the worst at identifying a plant's problems, right? I've been around, I've been growing solid for a good like 8 years or so, right? And I'm horrible at figuring out what's wrong with the plant. What is it? A deficiency? Is it fucking overfed? Is it, so it's for me, I just kind of like growing, right? I like growing. I like growing dank, like you said. I grow because prices are way too fucking high, and I don't trust dispos, right? I just don't. That's all right, I've been fucking rubbed too many ways. It is what it is. There's good dispos out there, granted,
of course,
but I'm not that one.
Yeah,
so if I could figure out how to do it, I'm gonna do it myself. And growing is one of those things.
Bro, I just heard 2 stories of human bones in drugs, and then horse tranquilizer found in vaporizer cartridges. So it's like,
see what I mean?
I of course, I also don't want to shit on dispensaries, because, as I explore this community, and as I kind of get out, I'm starting to meet the people behind these, not necessarily dispensaries, but like the producers that are growing the stuff for the dispensaries. And these are good, hardworking people. These are honest, hardworking people that I'm like, well, do you remediate your weed? They're like, of course not. No, which is smash it with radiation. And it's like, they're like, no, we don't. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's awesome. And then they explain to me their process of trying to get the best stuff, and how they get to it, and the extra terpenes that they're able to pull out of the plant because they're using a living organic soil. And it's like, wow, this stuff's awesome, man. I get it. Okay, you guys are really passionate.
Oh yeah.
But then there's so many bad actors out there. How do you know? And that's why when I went to the dispensary this weekend, it's like, I know that when I go to the dispensary, I'm going to get Toba grown.
There you go. Something you could trust.
There's a cookie missing. There's a cookie missing in this fucking thing. Did you eat it?
I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
better have hit it to play games.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Mrs.
so
P, plead the fifth.
Mrs. P plead the fifth. She better. We're in chat right now, because I swear to God. Oh my God. I can't beat her on camera because I'll get in trouble.
Nah, hey, so I go to battle with people. You know what I'm saying? I get so much flack for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. All right, new growers, right? I got a bunch of homies that, they were so into it. I want to grow some dank. I'm gonna grow some dank. I'm not gonna pay these dispensaries anything. I'm gonna skip out the fucking middleman, and I'm gonna be the grower myself. Right? They buy all this fancy equipment, spend a good fucking $800 to $1,000 on equipment, right? Nutrients, pots. Fucking all sorts of shit, right? And what happens? They sell it. They couldn't keep up with it, and they were like, you know what? This isn't my kind of hobby. I'm out of this now. I need to sell all this shit. Now, me, I value my time, right? So I'm like, I'm always looking at the situation like, okay, you just wasted that whole part of your life right there, bro. Like, you could have went around the whole thing. Like, you could have saved that money, just got a seed, put it in a pot, and called it a day. See if you could kept up with it, right? And I tell new growers all this all the time. And I go to battle with like veteran growers and people who've been in the game for a long time, right? But I tell them, don't spend any money on any kind of equipment. Get some pots, get some soil, and take that seed that you found in that bag that you got from the dispo, go plant it in the ground, and see if you can keep up with the hobby. See if it's your kind of thing. See if that's really what you want to do. Oh, okay, all right. Well, you sure I could go get? Don't do it. Don't do it. Save your money. See if this is for you. And a lot of the times I get like halfway through the grow, and I'm like, "Yo, what's good? How's that plant doing?" Oh shit, I forgot about it. All right then, That's That's what I always tell new growers, though. You know. Yeah. But hey, saved you money in the long run, right? Fuck yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, bag seeds get a really bad rep. Now look, I heard you talking about it earlier. Genetics are fucking expensive. I don't care who you are, genetics are expensive, right? Whether you're paying $10 a seed or $5 a seed, that's money coming out of your pocket, right? My whole goal is to grow as much weed, as much dank weed as I can, spending the least amount of money, right? I live in California. Right, California is expensive as fuck. Right, you got fucking breathing tax, fart tax, fucking you want to look that way tax, right? You could tax the fuck out here, right? So I try to save money, right? And a really good way that I save money is fucking learning how to grow what I got, right? And I've got genetics that I've been developing over the last 6 years. I've got, bag seeds that I grow on a regular. I get seeds that, I got seeds that homies have sent me that they're like, yo, hey, I grow some A-game genetics. A-game genetics, bro. That man, he's developed some really good weed. And I've been growing his stuff for like 3 years now?
But yeah.
There's you gotta pick and choose your battles. And one of them battles that I always choose is keeping the money in my pocket. Not saying like all right, I've heard somebody fucking sold 5-pack of beans for like $500 or $600. Would you pay that? I wouldn't pay that. That's too deep for my pockets.
Not unless it was Mr. Grow It.
There's certain ones, right?
No. Let's be straight. Let's be 100%
There's certain ones.
straight. I would not in a million years pay $100 a bean for anybody's.
Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Right.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Right.
I love you to pieces. I love you to pieces. I love him to pieces, and I'm his hype man. I'm his hype man. But if he was selling them for $100 a bean, it would be a very tough sell for me, and I would not be able to champion that. And I might buy one bean. One bean. Holy shite.
One bean. I might buy one bean.
Maybe.
I got a limit, $100. All right.
I got a limit.
And even that's pushing it.
And that's pushing it because you got
like when I go to Vegas or I go hit the casino, I got $20 limit, and y'all laugh, right? You walk in, you put that $20 in, you get one drink from the chick that walks around, and that's it. You're done. I'm not a big gambler. I'm just saying, Plus, you spend all this money on beans, and unless it's like somebody that you really you put your trust in, that right? Do you know that you're getting the right bean? Do you know that you're getting that genetic? Do you know, right? Is that dollar that you spent on that bean that you picked online going to be sent to you, or is that going to be some like green crack or something? Right, that's my whole fear.
And
how do I know?
That's why I would never pay that kind of money unless I knew the story. I'm telling you right now, I would never pay $100. I don't care. I'm not paying $1,000 for a pack of 10. I don't care. So it's like
no.
But to justify, I would pay above average price for beans if I knew the story, if I followed whoever the breeder, if I knew the adventure and the story behind it, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I would pay more than $10 a bean. Yes, I would. There's just no. I could not get away. There's just no.
And that's what kills me is the way that the way this industry has gone. Like, okay, yeah, cool. You got the original runt strain. For you, I could fucking throw a rock to the left, and guess what? I'm gonna find 10 other strains that are just as good, if not better. Right?
We're on the same page. I totally agree. Yep. You're talking to.
There's so much out there. There's so much out there
from the late '90s. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. There's great smoke out there. Yeah, I enjoy stuff from the 90s. I enjoy stuff from the early 2000s. I think it's a wonderful product. I think I love the name. So I totally agree with you. I think there's too much hype. But I'm glad to know. Yeah, I asked.
Way too much hype.
Yeah. So you're in for the bag seed. I can appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
we smoked a lot when we were together. Are you a blunt, joint, or bong guy?
Ooh, God, this is a hard one. I'm not gonna lie. So, day in and day out, if I had the money for it, if I had the weed for it, I'm smoking blunts all day, every day. And at one point, I was there, but since I moved, I haven't gotten that supply up. I haven't fucking, I haven't grown a decent amount, right? But all day it would be blunts, straight up. I had to switch to the joints not too long ago. California put a ban on flavored tobacco. So it's been a little bit hard trying to find blunts. You could get like regular flavors, the originals, but
yeah, we have the same. We have the same damn issue here too, bro. Canada banned flavored things because adults can't make a decision for themselves, and the government needs to parent your children. So unfortunately, we can also
ridiculous
can't have access to cool things either. It is ridiculous. I totally agree with you. It was actually, where was I? It was the D12 concert I was at. I wanted blunts. I wanted to bring blunts because when we were at when I'm in Vegas, my boy Rob always, our boy Rob always has blunts, always able to roll, always just has it going on.
Oh, if he was going for the blunts,
yeah, it's like I would like to do that when I'm here as well. It was just simple, but I couldn't because I just don't have access to them. So it is frustrating. It is frustrating. California does have some pretty strict laws when it comes to, everything.
everything.
Yeah, yet they are fairly liberal when it comes to everything. But I mean, cannabis, yes. Because you're in Cali.
Yeah,
right?
for the most part.
Allegedly.
Yeah. The originators, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of dope strains that developed out here throughout 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up till now. A lot of strains that you see all over the place came out of California. Right? A lot of dope growers have came out of California.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the whole 420 comes out of California. Right? 420. They say it was they say that California kids would come home. I'm sure there's so many stories. Actually, who knows the
there's probably lost. Yeah. But I wouldn't doubt it though. I wouldn't doubt it.
Was it the days of the Grateful Dead?
420
concerts back in Cali back in the day.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
Woodstock and all that
history. Yep. A lot of Canna history comes from like those grateful undead eras of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Trainwreck has some lineage from California as well. Yeah. Wild. Do you have any favorites of all the journeys you've been on? Do you have any favorites? Or better yet, what are you looking for? What are you looking for when it comes to? I guess I'm going to combine those questions.
Me, I like a purple. I love indica. Right? I love something dark, something purple. Maybe throw a little bit of green in there, some orange hairs. I like, kind of like Rob. I like shit that smell like feet. I like that skunk smell.
Yeah, I feel you.
I like that back in the day when you're in high school and you got that fucking gram that you just bought off the homie in the bag and you're trying to conceal that smell. That's that smell that I'm going for.
That's 100%, bro. I'm feeling you. I like Rob and I are very similar in the way I much prefer. We have a similar palate when it comes to our funk, our nastiness. Like if the more you can get it to smell like armpit and fucking dirty feet, I'm fucking in, man. I'm in. And not am I in. I want it all. That's why GMO for me is just off the hook, off the chain, disgusting. Love it. Would share it with my friends, and I hope they hated it, so there was more for me. It's great. I love that funk. Now, the difference between Rob and I is I also don't mind the sweets, the sours, the florals. He doesn't mind the florals. He just doesn't really like the sweets. The margarita candy pie sundae kind of ordeal. I don't mind that.
Oh, Rob, you're missing out. You're missing out.
Oh yeah. It's not that he hasn't had it. He just doesn't like it. We both agree that we don't like the orange terpene. I don't think it's limonene.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm out. Flag on the play. Because at Green Street, right, I remember allegedly I had tried some of this, what was that, orange sherb that Wink had? And let me tell you, that shit was good. That shit was real good.
Right. You're absolutely right. It was good. The thing for me with that terp is that it's like that Agent Orange. What did you just say? The orange sherbet? Oh yeah. What did you say? The orange sherbet?
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
Whatever
the orange sherb.
Yeah, the orange sherb. It's probably sherb cream pie or sherbet. But I'm not a fan. I can a critical hog, like critical mass. That's another one that has that. It's something that I can have a few tokes of, and then it gets annoying. It's like when you've got gas at night, and it's like everybody can deal with their own fart, but after a while, it's like, okay, it's obnoxious, and you just can't put up with it anymore. That's how I compare those terps. And it's like, it's just
I'm
annoying.
like that with lemon.
Okay, lemon.
I'm like that with lemon. I can't do the lemon. So I work a lot with this company called Aurora Genetics. I've been working with them for years, and they gave. So I went to go. I was out of weed. You know what I'm saying? I had to go see the homie. I said, "Yo, what's going on, play? Could I get some trees from you?" He goes, "Yeah, no problem." He hands me this big ass bag. It was all seeded, right? It was all seeded. He was doing some breeding projects, and I'm not mad at it. You know, I'll pick out the seeds, and it was fucking free, yo. I didn't have to pay for it. You know? So I, he took it. I took it home, and he was like, I hit him up. I said, "What is it?" He goes, "Oh, it's lemon tree number 7." I said, fuck. Is it super lemony? He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Shit. Well, beggars can't be choosers." Through that whole thing in like 2 weeks, yo. It was like a pound and a half, something like that. Like, oh yeah.
Okay.
It was good, but like you said, yo, it starts getting hella annoying after a while.
Yeah. Yep. It's just it's that annoyance. Yeah, that's right. And for me, that orange hits fast. Get 1, 2 hoots of it, and I'm just done. I'm done. One session, I don't need any more. Is there anything that you're just no, I'm not doing it? Is it that have you found a weed that you just hasn't done for you?
I have. So I developed this strain. It's called Berry Cosmos. Right. This is one of my very first strains that I ever made. It was mixed with like Berry Blaster and like a wedding cake or something like that. I haven't. So after I made it, I crossed the parents, and then I grew a whole bunch of them out. And I've never had black licorice terps. I didn't even know that was a thing. But when this plant grew in, it had black licorice terps, and I rolled one blunt of it, and I was like, oh, maybe it's the wrap, maybe it's the fucking the Rillo. But then I ended up rolling another one with a completely different jar, and it had the same thing. So I wasn't feeling it at all. It sat in my drawer for till the next season. I didn't touch any of it. At the time, I was growing with I had a financial backer at the time, and he even said it. He was like, "Yeah, it's not my thing. I don't want nothing to do with it. You can have it all." So what the fuck am I gonna do with it? I didn't know how to make edibles back then. I barely knew about anybody streaming on YouTube. This is way before the pandemic. So, like, weed on YouTube, I didn't know it was a thing until, I don't know, like not too long before the pandemic started.
You had no idea there was weed on YouTube?
I mean, I never did the search because, I was into so much other shit that I was like, all right, I don't need that, popping up on my feed or anything. I'm at work or something, and then, scrolling through and all this weed shit, So I didn't want anything to do with it. And then, work got slow, and then the fucking pandemic hit, and I got real into YouTube. It was way before that, I think. I had started working at a Facebook job, and fuck, I got real into. It was a lot of like downtime, so I started getting into like YouTube, and that's about the time that I started growing, regular plants, outdoors and whatnot. So I had to start doing some research, and fuck, wouldn't you know it? Who's the first one that popped up? I think Mr. Grow It, Lex Blazer, Mr. Canuck. You popped up in there. DLTV. Those were like the main ones that I saw, right? And then a few of those I ended up sticking around with. Mr. Canuck, I was watching Welcome to the Grow Tent, right?
Oh yeah.
And he was when he was on here, and he was saying that it's like watching a movie when you watch his content, and dead ass, it's straight up like watching a movie. The cinematics that he puts into it, like I don't know. When I started making content after watching your channel a lot and Mr. Grow It and From the Stash, CLTV, I started taking like notes, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to, I want my content to kind of look like that, and I always aimed for that Mr. Canuck level of production, but I never got there. I never figured that one out. It's gonna take a while.
That's fair. You're not the only one aiming.
Man's on a whole nother level.
He is on a whole other level, and that's what makes him special. And there's a lot of people that can kind of emulate that, and they're doing a pretty good job. And it's amazing to see how far content in this game has gone over the course of the last few years, because it has stepped up tremendously. Oh, yeah, tremendously. And you're one of them, man. You're putting out quite a bit of content now too, man. You're on Twitch every morning, right?
I'm on Twitch every morning, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. West Coast time till around 11ish.
That's not bad.
And then we got a YouTube channel. I was doing a lot of cannabis content over there for a while. I'm not gonna lie, I started getting a lot of stale mind, and I couldn't fucking think of anything to do. So, just to keep my channel going, I hopped into the city, the city of Emerald Hills. Such a beautiful city. If y'all don't know about it, man, go check it out. EmeraldHillsRP.com. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh, what is
oh my God, let me tell you. Emerald
playing.
Hills?
Bro, you're addicted though, man. I see you. You're in. I told you you'd get hooked.
I did. I got hooked. But at the same time, I produce a lot of content off of it.
Bro, I feel it.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
Man, it is fun. And of course, you're in the mornings, and in the mornings it is a lot slower than it is at night. And the only reason for that is because when the server was started, that the main prime time was between 9 and 12, like 9 o'clock at night Central, and 12.
Yeah,
it's slowly leaking more and more into the daytime. And man, with seeing you in there creating content, doing your thing, it's wicked, bro. Because you're kind of a natural
so
at this. You remind me so much of myself in regards to, because I've watched you, man, and I see that you remind me in terms of myself in regards to when you started your character. He's a lot like you, bro. He's going. He's a little mischievous. He's always asking questions, and it reminds me of you.
Oh yeah.
That's a great way to start into role playing, man. Because don't make it difficult. Don't make it difficult. Try to.
Don't make it difficult.
You're doing awesome, man, and you're fun to run into. You and I McCracken and Jerry. Is it Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry Stanilo.
Yeah, they ran into once unofficially because you were probably streaming. I don't think I was streaming, but we ran into each other, and that was quite the interaction. You got away from McCracken. Jerry got away from McCracken on the very first time. Twice. Oh, was it twice?
Yeah, twice. Yeah. I got away from you that first time at the beach, and then another time after that.
Oh, bugger. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't play games. All right. Yeah. All right. No big deal.
Hey, let me just say this though. Hey.
Yeah. Please.
Jerry Stanilo's got 2 on McCracken's zip. No, it's crazy. So I got this whole storyline lined up for my character and whatnot, and and we're just now starting to progress through, my character being a loner, and now he's branching off, and he's got a whole group that he runs with, a whole hierarchy, and I got a whole storyline for the guy. It's been fun, man. It's been real fun. And I've said this in the morning, right? The mornings are slow, but I get why. There's a lot of people that, everybody goes to work in the morning, right? So nobody's really got time to hop in. Or if they do hop in, who wants to be a cop when all the crims are just out there grinding, right? So I got to thinking about that, and I was like, you know what? That's smart. Okay. So I had the opportunity to go out and do mining, right? Mining,
Yep.
You make a lot of money.
Yep.
Right? I had the chance to go and kick it with the character Colin down at the recycle center and get paid
Shout out to Laz.
big bank. Right? Shout out to Laz. Right? I passed it all up because I wanted my character to be out there grinding on the street, so that it kind of gives more, police more of a chance to, oh shit, okay, now we got something to do. Let's log in as a cop. And I got a feeling, it's going to take a minute, but, there's going to be people on in the morning. There's going to be people on in the evening, throughout the whole fucking day. I got no doubt about it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And a lot of it has to do with, people coming. It's not unusual to often see a few. Like it's gonna happen. It's happened. I do see. You can see 20 people in there some mornings where it's like, wow, there's a lot of people, and it's because of guys like you, bro. Because you go in, you're streaming, people see that you're in, so they fly in, they want to interact. It's a snowball effect, man. For those that don't know, we're talking about role playing in Grand Theft Auto 5, which, believe it or not, probably.
And look,
go ahead.
For those of y'all that think it's, hella nerdy to be out here role playing and shit, look, it's not. I'm telling you, it's a whole different world. Come and hop in, come join us, it's so fun.
You're so right, man. It will consume you, though. It could ruin your relationship. I want to be real with you. Because people will dedicate too much time to this. I get it. My wife and I may have had a talk about this tonight. But yes, no, it's one of those things that's just absolutely so much fun. It's a great escape from what's going on in the real world, and everybody needs an escape now.
Oh yeah,
man, and that's what's important, man. That's what's important. What do you do for hobbies, man?
For hobbies, shit, I grow. I got two little ones, two real small ones. I got my little man, he's 4, and then my daughter, she's 2. My youngest daughter, my oldest is 11, going on 12, going on 13.
Indica or sativa?
No, child.
I'm playing with you. Good, yeah. That's good shit, man. Yeah, it's a wonderful age right there, man. That's a wicked age right there. They're becoming independent now, And
that's so scary, yo. That's so scary.
We said it at the same time. Yeah, it is scary, man. That's for real. That's that dad shit right there. I can't. Ugh. Yeah, it's a crazy time, man.
But
yeah,
other than that, I don't. Me and Miss B, we're homebodies. We kick it at home. We used to go out a lot, and back when we used to kick it with our friends all the time, we used to say it, you're the first one that had kids. Oh shit, now you're fucking gonna be stuck at home. But soon after that, the whole crew started getting pregnant, and then, all the night parties turned into barbecues, and then barbecues turned into, hey, can you help me move? And then, pretty much after that, we were like, we'll chill at home with the kids. We'll take them out, pretty much family time.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, that's literally the reality of becoming a parent. My wife and I make sure that we go out of our way to try to be the middle house, or the middle, couple between everyone, where it's like everyone can come together. We try to host all the parties, and because it is so important to maintain those relationships as we get older, so that you can still have those barbecues. You might not have the parties, but you definitely still need to have the barbecues. Yeah. Family, yeah,
Yeah.
parties just turned into family barbecues. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. Bring your own meat, and then we are tearing up tonight. We're tearing up tonight. Yeah. What kind of weather do you have right now? What kind of weather do you have? Because you're in Cali, man.
Last week it was, I don't know, in the mid 40s. This week it's, today it was like mid 70s. Our weather's weird. Yeah, last week it was raining and shit. And this week it's all
pretty nice.
clear. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, there's some
40,
shit going on. Yeah. We need to go discuss it in Top Buds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some top buds, man. You were doing cushion or coffee and conspiracies, right? Are you still doing that?
No, I think we put it on hold for now. We both got a lot going on, me and Craze. Craze is starting up a food truck with one of her homies, so that's consuming a lot of her time. And then I got the kids that I'm dealing with, so I think it might be good to take like a season off and kind of regroup, get some content together. I thought we'd be able to push it through this whole season, but stuff started kicking off, and time got real tight. So I think we're gonna end up putting it on hold for a little while.
I feel you. That's like Top Buds. We tried to keep seeing. You know what? In the world of trying to create content, man, you're gonna throw some darts at the board. Some of them stick, some of them don't. That's the reality of it. And what I've learned is just accept that, move on, hustle, double down on the priorities or whatever the mission is at the time. And man, that is a benefit. That's kind of a hack. Is shedding off the stuff that really isn't working, and then focusing on the stuff that is working. Yeah. Smart.
Try to develop new stuff to go off of that, and oh yeah. I had the show. I had you on it. You were the opening guest that we had on there.
But you said you weren't streaming.
Oh wow.
That's the show I was talking
Long
about
time
at the
ago.
very beginning. That's the show I was talking. This all.
Yeah. So yeah, that show we had kicked off. What was that? Last year? The year before that? I think it was the year before that. We had kicked that off. I forget what it's called. It's on the YouTube page. I'm coming out with season 2. I got to get some guests lined up. I got to get some different scenes made inside of OBS. I got some ideas over the times of, having the season off. So I sat there and I said, all right, well, the show worked as it was, but if you sit there and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's just going to become repetitive, right? So my whole thing is never stay stagnant. Let's always keep moving forward. So I got a couple segments that I'm developing for that show, and season 2 will hopefully be dropping this summer. I'm aiming for July.
Okay, July. Well,
Yeah.
Put me down, man. I will. I'll definitely pop on for another show if you're looking for guests. I know
Hell
you're
yeah,
gonna
right
sell
on.
out. And you're gonna
Fuck
be
yeah.
totally booked within days, but. If you can pencil me in, I would be absolutely willing to make an appearance. That'd be dope. Because that's the show I was referring to at the very beginning.
Yeah,
I knew
fuck
I
yeah.
wasn't
The
crazy.
allegedly
I
stories.
knew
The
we did
allegedly
something.
stories.
The allegedly
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
That's what it was. That's the
I don't know
one.
why I was drawing a blank right there. The weed is
No,
working, y'all.
It is, bro. It's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, that was like the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that we actually sat down and chatted. That was before Vegas.
Yeah, that was before Vegas. Yeah, that was before LA, I think.
Yep, I knew. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, I'm glad we figured that out 50 minutes in. Because,
Touche, salesman, touche.
yep, that's good. Because I needed to know. It was the allegedly stories, and you do need to bring that back because I think that's really cool. It's candid and it's very open. It gets people to kind of be a little scandalous in regards to what they are revealing.
Oh yeah,
And it's fun. It's
Oh, yeah.
It's great. It's great content.
my whole
yes.
my whole aim with that show was to show a different side of content creators, right? So you always see the content creator that gets up in front of the camera and puts on this lightweight persona. You have to kind of put something on. You have to put a different face on when you're in front of the camera, I feel like, right? it's not like you're completely changing character. You're just
I know what
it's
you
a
mean. No,
right. So
I
like
know
you and me
100%.
talking right now is that's like candid, right? But when it's
casual.
just you alone in front of the camera,
That's right.
it's
I
a
know
whole
what you
nother
mean.
thing.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. 100%.
So-
It's not that it's not you, but it's that you need to um, um, retain viewers. You need to be able to entertain.
Yeah.
And that's right. That's right. Now,
How many times I've had to like, whoa, B, reel it back there, reel it back.
Oh,
you know?
100%. Yeah, it's called take 2 and take 3 and take 4 and take 5 or 6,
Yeah.
and I go on. Yes, yeah, I get it. It's not that it's not you; it's you're being you. It's just that you're also trying to create content, which is exciting. And yes, and that's one thing. I have a saying that the first is the worst, and whether it's the first episode, whether it's the first season, whether it's your first take, whether it's anything, your first is the worst. Sometimes it might be great in some aspects, but I feel like we always grow as we learn. So when you put something out there, and this show is a prime example of it. When I first started, my anxiety level was at 12. And I think you could read it. You could read it on my face. You could see how it was. And as I think we're episode 13 or something, 12 now. It's like you start to, you get a little more comfortable, and it's like things start to have a little more flow. And that's important. That's important. So that's why I think you should bring back a season 2, because we do learn a lot. So the first is the worst, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better from here. So, yeah, you're only going to get more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think you're a great host. You're very entertaining. You're well-spoken, and you sound great.
Please stop.
Great. I'm just being honest.
I think I had eight guests for the first season, and I'm trying to double it this season. So you always look. One of my favorite shows is The Walking Dead. Not for The Walking Dead, just for that first season. Right? There was a lot of fucking value in that, right? So, but it was only 8 episodes. My whole goal with that first one was to kind of just grab everybody and be like, okay, this is the allegedly stories. This is what we're doing. This is the other side of streamers and content creators and whatnot. So I'm trying to go hard or go home for this next season.
I get it. I feel it. I'm all about it, man. And I wish you nothing but luck. And I'd love to be a part of it to help you do it, man, because I love thinking outside the box. You're a creative guy, and collaboration, I think, leads to successful. I was going to make a really cool saying out of there, but it didn't work. But I really think collaboration is key, and it leads to big things. So I think we should exploit that and try to collaborate with as many people as possible, man.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Man, thank you, bro. I want to thank you for coming on, for being
thank you,
12th
man.
guest of what hopes to be thousands of shows. I have no intention of giving up, and I have no doubt, B, that you're going to be back to have another conversation again. So, bro, thank you.
No doubt about it.
If somebody was watching, they didn't know where to find you, where would they go, and how would they get in contact?
You can find me over on Instagram over at it's be a dig _SGF. So everything's underscore. All the spaces are underscore. All right. SGF stands for Strategic Growth Farms. It's that was what I started growing. That was my whole little cultivation I was putting on. On YouTube, you can find me at it's be a dig SGF. Same thing. All underscores. Twitch.tv/is be a dig, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. West Coast time to about 11-ish.
There we go. That's your Twitch right there, and you can see it's _be_dig, and then is it underscore?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it confusing, everybody. Yeah,
no,
underscore
I
SGF.
could see you changing it someday, though. I see it changing someday, though. I can see it. That's okay, though, man.
Oh yeah.
It's wicked, man, that you're creating content. I think it's getting better and better every day. So stay at it, keep at it, stay humble.
Appreciate you, man.
Give Mrs. B a squeeze for Mrs. P and I, sending nothing but love to the two of you
Hell yeah.
and the babies. They're so cute, Mrs.
Oh,
P,
yeah.
which is wonderful. Great way for two men to
Oh.
end a conversation.
Oh.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Bro, seriously, thank you so much, man. If we could slap hands right now.
Hey,
that's
I
what we'd be
appreciate you,
doing.
man.
I appreciate you too. Make sure you guys are going to follow him because you won't be disappointed in the content. B, thank you, bro. Have a great night, homie. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Cheers, bro. Man, oh, that was epic, man. Huge shout out to It's Be You Dig for coming onto the show. Man, I could sit and talk for that guy for forever. We sat and talked with him for hours when we were in Vegas and LA together, because we went to LA and then we went to Vegas. We didn't even get into that. Jeepers Louise. And we touched, and it was a good time. It was a great time. So huge shout out to It's Be You Dig. If you guys have any questions for him or anything at all, go ahead, leave them in the comment section below. I'll definitely get to him because I want to hear from you. I have the hiccups like Cray. Slammed like 4 beer in that 1 hour session. So I should eat a cookie. I'm not gonna admit anything. I'm not gonna say it. You better hit it. I love you. But you never even told me what the cookie tastes like.
Because it was like 3 days ago.
You don't remember? It was just the
Oh, no,
biggest
I remember.
ordeal of your life?
I remember.
All right.
You were in here too.
This is going to be an abrupt end to this stream. Okay? Yo, Northern Scroggle, what up, you bunch of potheads? Yo, the moderator didn't like that. Yeah, we're just end it. Forget about the community highlight. Let's just end this. We're in a fight. It's not that she didn't deserve it, okay? Is P flirting? With B. Might have been. Guys, that was a wicked conversation. Thank you guys so much. So, as I'm going to end all shows around here, I would like to do a community highlight.
Growers thing first.
Oh, the gauntlet?
No, the other.
The Grow Cup?
The video.
The Grow Cup video?
Yeah.
Oh, on my Instagram video? Oh, right. I have a couple solo cups here. I want to mention the Growers Grow Cup. No, the Global Grow Cup Challenge. This is a solo cup challenge, and the question is, can you grow a $5,000 plant? Now, actually, a little hack, you can turn down the audio here, and it'll actually turn it down on the next scene as well, because it's the same source. But if you've already got it figured out, don't worry about it.
I see what you mean. Turn it down.
Yep. And because it's the same source on the next scene, it'll already be turned down.
Okay.
Assuming it's the same source on the next scene. So I'm not sure. Yeah. All right. So audio back up. There you go. All the way probably. Yeah. There we go. Look at production. Mrs. P working in productions. She's doing good. Huge shout out to Mrs. P, who's eventually going to get a new name so that, she's got a producer name. So she's going to be for sale someday, and then she's going to leave me. It's going to be horrible. But until then, we're going to take full advantage. And I'm going to find my cookie. It turned up a little. Oh, yeah, we got it. It was just music. I'm pretty sure it was just slamming music. Yeah. So the question is, can you grow a $5,000 plant? If you need more details, go to globalgrowcup.com and submit your ticket, if you will. $25 submission. First place, $5,000. I can't remember what second and third is. It's all on my Instagram if you guys want to see more. And I'll be posting about it more as time goes on. I want to do a community highlight as we do every single week here, because I think it's important to kind of tip my hat to the next kind of creator, grower in our space, trying to do our thing. And this week is no different. Community highlight. Community highlights. I stole it 3 days ago. How would I ever notice? How would I ever notice? Of course, she ate the ACI one, so she's got some splaining to do.
Sure to leave yours.
Mine's not the one that matters. Anyways. Oh, God, she's going to pay for this. Hold it hostage. It's gone. It's gone. There's only one left.
No, he says I say we take the last cookie sausage.
Oh, yeah, she'll have nothing left. There's no worthiness left. It's okay.
So I can
Today's
have that one too?
today's community highlight, my friends, is a member of the community that I think is wicked and awesome. And I got to meet this guy in Vegas when we pimped his grow. Huge shout out to Soul Brother Seeds over on Instagram. This guy is awesome. He was actually a guest tonight on ACI After Dark, or AC After Dark, celebrating their 1 year. And this man has taken his grow from low to pro, and it's been wicked to watch. And I really think it would be cool if you guys went over and checked him out. He's a awesome dude, great personality, awesome creator, and his plants have literally gone, as I said, from low to pro, and it's been wicked to see. So I want to give a huge shout out to Soul Brother Seeds for doing his thing and putting it on display for us to see. Huge wicked work. Huge shout out to him. Sorry. Guys, that's it. That's all the time we have. That's Tea with P. I have to pee like you wouldn't believe. That's part of a slogan that we should start, because slamming so many. I pee right before the show every time, and I still have to pee so bad as we tune out. Huge shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. I appreciate your faces. Don't forget, guys, I'm live all the time over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/pigeons420. Come check me out. I might even be live tonight. Who really knows? Probably not, but I could be. So check it out, twitch.tv/pigeons420. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much to the gifted subs. Oh, who was that? Cultivator?
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh, man.
At the very beginning,
Yeah, it was at the very beginning.
and I can't go back up.
Cultivating, thank you for the gifted subs. Guys, I'm out of here. So much love from me to you. Thank you. I will see you next week, Wednesday, Tea with P. That's all I got. I'm out. Peace.